Hello. Hi, Bhavna.
Hi,
Yeah.
Abbas.
Yes. Good to see you.
Same here.
Can you please just give me just a brief introduction about yourself and your role at Big Basket first?
Okay. So I'm Bhavna, yes. So I am a product manager at Big Basket. So Big Basket, it's a online grocery
Yep.
shopping app. So I work in the front end product team. So that is, I handle the on-site experience of customers who are trying to place the order, right? So you would have heard this user experience, customer experience, all of this terms, right?
Yeah.
It's basically that I ensure that the app or the website is very easily understandable by the users so that they can use it very easily. Right. So that's what I do. So, for example, I can tell that, okay, let's say you're searching for akki or chawal. These are basically your regional languages, right? Akki is
Okay.
rice in Kannada, chawal is
Right.
rice in
Yeah.
Hindi, right? So, when you search for akki and chawal, we want to show you rice products, right? So that eventually the customer is able to add it to the basket and ultimately it will give us conversion.
Okay. So it's
Right?
like a search engine for Big Basket.
Yes. So I take care of the search also, yes.
Okay. Okay. That's great. So it's directly B2C, right?
Yes.
Or B2B
So
also you work.
we have B2B also and we have B2C also. So I am in the B2C product.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next I just wanted to ask, like, could you please share your experience of transitioning, to the PM role from QA role because you were in QA role before.
Yes.
So
Right. So first thing I would say is you definitely don't need an MBA to become a PM, okay? Because that is a
exactly.
popular thing. So I'll tell you, I did telecommunications engineering and I don't have an MBA. Okay. So, and I never even dreamt of being a PM because the general thing is okay, for a PM, you need computer science engineering and MBA. Okay. So, but that's not the truth. Okay. So,
Okay.
my journey was I started as a testing engineer in a startup called Eltropy. And then I moved to Big Basket as a QA engineer. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, what happened was two things worked for me. Okay. One is
Mm-hmm.
that attention to detail. Okay. So whenever I was testing any product, right, I made sure the best quality product is delivered to the end user. Okay.
Okay, great.
Be it a simple error message. Okay. So error message is shown only in very few cases, right? So even
Mm-hmm.
then, I did not want to neglect that message, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is when you need to actually tell the user that okay, nothing is wrong. We have got you covered and all of that, right?
Exactly.
So
Yep.
that attention to detail is very very important, and I would say that like, think beyond, right? So for example, you are given a requirement document, right?
Mm-hmm.
PMs will give you requirement document. A
Yep.
developer will go through the document, he develops it, and QA tests it and delivers it. But what I used to do is I always viewed it from my point of view, right? That can something be made better here? Okay.
Okay.
Or can there be few minor enhancements which can improve the feature for the end user, right? So when I was writing my test cases, right, I used to think, okay, probably this is one of the things which I've missed, and I used to discuss it with the PMs that okay, probably this is not covered in the spec document, right? So all of this it got recognized, okay, and I should say my manager Tanu Gupta, she
Mm-hmm.
recognized my work, and because of her I am here today. So she saw that passion in me, right?
So
For
one mentor is necessary actually. Mentor is required.
yes, definitely. If someone can recognize your passion for quality product, your career is set, right? So that's how I transitioned from QA to PM. So that was
Great.
yeah.
Yes, so I think QA will also help you a lot to be transition like in PM, right?
Yes,
Because
definitely.
you were directly, you functionally, you were aware about how what the things are there actually.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Then
yes. That is
so
definitely helpful. Like whenever you have technical knowledge, right? So it's very easy for developers to become PMs and QA to become PMs, right? It's because you know that okay, let's say you're building a feature, you have a rough estimate of okay, how much time this could take. Is it a low effort? Is it like, okay, is it 10 days effort, or is it like 1 month effort, or is it 1 hour effort, right?
Yep.
So, and even when developers will tell you, oh, this will take a lot of time and all of that, you know that, okay, don't tell me this, right? So you're in a better place. So it has definitely helped me.
Great to know that. Okay, so next is, can you please tell me the few product management skills, okay, which you were not good at when you were looking, starting as a product manager, and then you just got the hands on, and how did you build up those?
Okay. Okay. I would say listening skills. Okay. So the term is actually called active listening. Okay. So active listening is very, very important. So let's say I have built a feature, like I have written my product spec, right? I have put in a lot of effort, and I think that this is the right thing to build. Okay. Now, when you tell this to to engineering and developers, QAs, and all, right? So they will come with their own point of view that, okay, probably this needs to be done in some other way, right? Designers may say, oh, probably we need to do it in some other way, right? So you need to be open to feedback. You need to listen to them. You need to understand from where they are coming, right? And trust me, your product will only get better and better, right? So initially I was not good at it, because it was like, okay, I have thought through about all this, and only then I've decided, so this is the right thing to do, right? But that's not right. So you should be open to feedback, and you should listen to everyone whenever they're giving any critical feedback. So I would say active listening is one of the major things. And the second thing I would say is program management. Okay. So so in few big companies, there are product managers and there are program managers.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yep.
But that is not the case in every company. Okay. And for example, in BigBasket only, we have 2 program managers, but not every big feature gets a program manager. Okay. Right? So what exactly is program management? It is basically, setting up meetings, right? And then getting everyone together, and then run behind people to get, okay, when can this be released? Can you give me the release date and all of that, right? So I was very reluctant initially to do all of this. Like, this is not product management work. This is program management. And I had to keep my egos aside, and then I had to run behind people and all of that, right? So this is one of the things which I've learned the hard way. And trust me, today I can say 30 to 40% of my work is program management, and that's the reality. So that's a skill.
So is a project management also included?
Yes, definitely it's there. It's just inbuilt. You have to get it as part of your PM role.
To be a PM, so project management is also required, right?
Yes, definitely. Yes. See, today, if you Google, you will see one classic diagram, okay, that you need to understand design experience, you need to understand business, revenue, growth, and all of that, and you need to understand tech, like what API is, what is front end, back end. I would say all that is required, right? But at the same time, nobody talks about the soft skills, okay? All this program management, it is there in your everyday life. So it's very, very important. And I learned it only with time. So yeah, that was difficult.
Good to know. Okay, so next is like for someone actually who is new for product, okay? And so what areas and skills would you suggest to be focused on, while learning product management?
Okay. See, first thing I would say, communication is very important. Okay. Half, or I can say 70% of the time is spent in communication. It is in meetings or be it in mails, right? It is majorly communication. And what I've learned in communication also is that you need to be kind when you're communicating, right? So as a product owner, you will be...
it should be empathetical actually.
Yes, exactly. So that empathy is very, very important. Okay, so I would say, like, I'll give you examples. Okay, so initially when I started, so let's say there is a major bug during the release time, or the release is delayed by 2 weeks or something, right? You will get frustrated, you're sad, you're angry, right? But even at that point of time, you need to be kind. Okay, you need to be okay. I understand. Can we get this little early, and all of that? So I would say communication is very, very important. And I've literally burnt my fingers in this aspect, and that's why I now believe that being kind is more important than being right. So
That's what.
yeah.
Correct. So I think being tactical should be, helpful in this case,
Yes.
because you cannot shout or you cannot be aggressive, but you should be tactical while
Yes.
dealing.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So that is on the soft skills, I would say, right? So on the hard skills, I would say someone who is new, for example, documentation, right? So documentation is very important. So for example, let's say you have started building a feature and it will take 2 months to build, right? So in that process, the product undergoes a lot of iterations. It will go under design, business, engineering, right? So you will make minor tweaks during the journey, right? All of this needs to be documented, because after a few months, you only won't remember that, okay, did we actually want to build it this way, right? So I would say documentation and that writing skills is very important.
Okay. Okay, fine. So next is like, what do companies basically look for in a new product manager, like someone who is about to start his or her journey in product management? What exactly? Yeah.
Okay. See, I would say that when I joined as a product manager, I had no idea what it requires. Okay, it just started for me. Okay, and the way I learned is by reading books. Okay, so if you have a good mentor, then you're halfway through already. And thankfully, I had a very good manager. Her name is Tanu Gupta. So she used to mentor me. So whenever I used to make any mistakes in my spec, she used to review it and she used to correct it. So that learning is very, very important. When someone corrects it, you have to take it positively and you'll have to learn from it, right? And I would say that reading books really helped. Okay, so I would say I became APM 2. Like I transitioned from APM 1 to APM 2 within 1 year, 2 months. Okay, and it is just because you need to have that curiosity to learn. Okay, that is very, very important. And I would highly recommend a new PM to learn to read books. Okay, so few books which my CTO of Big Basket recommended for PMs are Hooked. Hooked is one of the books.
Okay. Yes.
And I would say The Design of Everyday Things. That was also very, very useful. Okay, and it's a Predictably Irrational. That is understanding consumer psychology. Okay, it's really interesting. And I would say Nudge. So I mean, these are few books which really helped me a lot in terms of understanding users. So I would say, like, read books. That's very important.
I also like Hooked. It's very nice.
Hooked is awesome.
Okay, great. So the next point is like, if someone actually does not have a product management experience, so how should one sell himself?
Okay. See, I would say one of the important things for a PM is storytelling. Okay, right. So, so storytelling is very important, right? So, for example, when a stakeholder is trying to tell you, okay, this is the problem I face, can you please solve it for me? First thing you need to empathize with them. But okay, they are actually facing this problem on an everyday basis. Right? And then you need to put it out, and then you need to do this storytelling to engineers, right? So that they understand the need of this new feature. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say if you're good at storytelling, you are definitely a good PM. Okay. So I would
Okay.
definitely tell that. And other thing, one of the most important skills I would say is decision making. Okay. So
Exactly.
as a PM, you will have to take decisions very quickly. Okay. So data will not be there always, right? You still need to take decisions. So for example, I'll give you example which happened very recently. Okay. So let's say
Okay.
you are releasing a feature. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If at all a bug would affect 50% of your users, right? That
Mm-hmm.
means you are not going to release it for sure, right? So let's say a bug would affect 5 to 10% of the users, right? Are you okay to live with that bug for a few days and fix it later? Or
Mm-hmm.
would you delay the release, fix the bug, and then only launch it, right?
Exactly.
So it's a PM's call. So I would say that when a new person is trying to get into PM, his decision making skills is one of the things that he could sell. That okay, when he was in a
Exactly.
critical situation, that he thought about this, okay, 10% case is okay to live with it, and I decided to do this. So I would say decision making is very, very critical. So
Okay. So he has
that's
to see the value as well, what value he is providing to the business. Based on that only he can take the decision, right?
correct.
Am I right?
Correct. So,
Okay.
especially in critical situations, right? So, people will be waiting for the product launch, right? And then you need to take that hard calls. So, if you're good at those decision making skills, then you should be good at it.
Exactly. I understand that. Okay, great. Next one is like what kind of role, companies should he apply to get into a job, PM job, PM role.
See, if he's an experienced person, then obviously he can go to big companies, right? But if you're a starter, fresher, then I would say startups is the best option. Okay, because you will learn the most in a startup. Okay, so see, product management today also there is no definitive course that okay, what is product management? Like even
Yes,
program
and
management,
you
for
will
example.
clear and you will get a job also. That's not a surety.
Yeah, there's nothing in it, right? So program management, at least they have some courses, right?
Mm.
But product management, it's very ambiguous, right? So what I would say is that startups would be the best place to start with, where a person can learn everything, right? If you know a system end to end, you are in a better place to design the product, right?
Mm.
So in service companies, I think they call business analyst and all of that. In product
Business,
companies, they will say product managers, associate,
product manager and product owner. I think.
yes. Product consultant is also fine, right? So it's basically that, okay, you are taking decisions based on data and all of that. So
I think product owner is more of the internal and product management is more of the external, something like this, right?
correct. So it's mainly two things. For product companies, it's product manager, and for service companies,
Yes.
it's like business
The product.
analyst and all of that.
Okay.
So,
Great. Okay. So next one is what can one the person who he should highlight in the CV, in case of if he is lacking any relevant experience in PM. So basically, what he should highlight.
see, okay, if you if you didn't have a tech background, right? So in that case, the only things which you can sell is that you're good at writing, right? So because documentation is one of the major things in product management, right? Like you need to get the requirement document so that other people, even a layman, should be able to understand it, right? It's not about using jargons and all of that, right? So I would say writing skills is very important, right? And again, emphasizing it is that curiosity to learn, right? And like acquire more knowledge, acquire more skills and all of that. See, only with time you will understand, only when you burn your
Because in most of the cases I have seen like companies, will see or recruiters will see only first page of the CV, and if they find like it's suitable, then only they will go ahead. Otherwise, they will reject it. whether or not that person is suitable for that role or not. So, would you recommend something to highlight in the first page of the CV, just to so the company will highlight, will consider that profile?
Okay. Yeah. See, I would say curiosity to learn. Okay. That is one of the most important things that you can always highlight. Be it for product manager or for engineer, anything, decision, curiosity to learn is really, really important. I would recommend that. I mean, even I would put that in my CV for sure. Right? So I would say that you're good at interacting with people. Right? So that is very, very important, because product manager, it's not like a developer role. Okay, so a developer will only interact with his manager or with PM to ask doubts or whatever, right? But a PM, I mean, you will have to interact with multiple teams, right? For example, at BigBasket, I have multiple stakeholders. It's not like you have one particular stakeholder, right? I work with the search team, right? I work with content team to build something internally for internal users, right? Like to upload images and all of that. And then I will work with category teams, that how do they want to show ratings and reviews, right? You will work with marketing to give them some good platforms to do digital marketing and all of that, right? So, I mean, I would say if you can highlight that you're really good at interacting with people, working with multiple teams, it's a very, very important skill for a PM. Because it's not like, okay, you're just sitting at one place and doing all of that. Right?
Exactly. So you should spend less time on the system and more time interacting with the people only.
Definitely. It is, I would say, product management is mostly people management. That's what I would say. Like, more than the hard skills, I would say 50% is hard skills and 50% is just soft skills, which generally is not written in the books, but that is the reality.
Practically.
Yeah, practically.
Exactly. Okay. Okay, Bhavna. Yeah, that's all from my side actually for today. So yeah, it was nice talking with you. Or I think let's conclude this.
Sure. Oh, by the way, what are you working as? I mean,
yes. So I'm sorry, I forgot. So actually, I'm working as a deputy manager in Vodafone and planning to switch into full-fledged product manager role. So yeah, I'm having around total 10 years of experience. Yeah, in a development. Yes, as a BA, as a product owner. Also, I have worked before.
Sure.
So yes, so I'm looking for product management role, full-fledged, right? So that's all.
See, the best case for you to start with is in the current company itself, because you already know the system, right? One of the major advantages to switch within a company is that you already know the knowledge of the system, right? I mean, no one will know end to end, but at least you can start. At least you know, okay, people are facing problems in this particular area, so I can solve this problem, right? And it will save so much money, or it will make this set of customers happy. The complaints will reduce or whatever, right? So
I understand. Yeah. So what you recommend, like if person is already left, because why I'm asking, like because I have already left it, Vodafone. Now I'm searching outside.
Okay.
And giving the interviews, but the problem is like it's not getting through. And from my point of view, is everything is good, going good in interview. So what you say, like what should be the problem?
See, then okay. Since you said you have experience as an engineer developer also, you should definitely highlight it. Okay, that is because see, a new person, let's say you're a college pass out, right? You may not understand what a API is, right? Basic things like, okay, there is front end, there is back end, there is client, server, all of the APIs. At least these are basic things. I'm not telling you should know the languages and all of that. Probably you are good at it. I am not even good at it. But what I would say is you at least know the basic jargons and all of that, right? You should definitely put that, okay, you have a strong technical base, right? And that is definitely going to help you in when you're interacting with engineers, right? And trust me, engineers will always love to work with PMs who have been engineers before, right?
So they can understand their language, right?
Yes, they can connect well with you. When they say something is difficult, you can understand it better, right?
Yes.
So you will be respected more than a person who has come from a MBA, right? You will be able to connect well with that engineer. So it's a highlight your technical knowledge, and if at all you have managed a team and all of that, right? So that means, so ultimately it is dealing with people and managing the people, right? If you have been a manager and you have so many years of experience, it is definitely a very, very, a great quality to be a product manager. Because when I joined, I was like just 2.5 years experience. That was a QA. I didn't have any management experience.
Yes.
And all of that. So you clearly have like a lot of chance, a very, very good chance.
Okay. Hope so. Okay. Thank you very much for your advice, Bhavna. Yeah.
Okay, cool.